Today's sentimental video for the 29th of March 2021 for the QuasiDB service. We'll start with gold because we've got the signal. Just look at the horizontal bands, the resistance and then support. So we're probably likely going to go sideways. I did get stopped out. Actually, I manually exited. Wasn't really like a stop loss. I just decided to get out. I entered at 1725 and I got out at 1728. It could fall. I mean, sentimentally, it's a sell. Look at the dynamic shift. They're going long. Because of that, we should come down and get that SLC. But what's really important is if we break 1707 and then we can test the lows again. We hit the MS1 exactly, pretty much. Can you see there, 1677? So that might come to play again. So I might entertain a short, maybe here. I'm not decided yet. I'm out of this at the moment, but I think maybe 1707 to target MS1. That'd be quite a nice trade there. Moving average trend is ticking up on the small time frames. That's one of the reasons why I got out, because of there's some bullishness on the M1, M5, M15. And that's why I got out 1728. So there's a tiny loss. It was just a small position. And sentimentally, it was sell. The signal sent to wait. US 500. So point of control here. And we're sort of teetering on that now. 3962. We're 3960. So just keep an eye on 3962. And we don't have any overhead. So there isn't any resistance at all. I'm not sure what that line is, to be honest with you. 3983. There's some strange line here. There's possible head and shoulders here too. See the left shoulder, right shoulder. So this is going to be an important level, obviously the all-time high. And your support is this powerful POC, point of control at 3924. So we're risk on, and the VIX was below 20. It registered at 18. It's now back above 20, and I think it's going to fluctuate a lot this week. So be careful with the VIX. I think it's given us like a false positive. Keep an eye more on the price action. I think AJ, because the S&P's in rally mode, we're targeting SSC above 83.89 and 83.18. Fully strong, all time frames, signal saying to buy and a sentiment saying to buy. So you want the two to agree, and so yeah, that's that SLC being taken out. No, not quite. We're nearly there. 83.89. Yes, we're very close. We came like 2 pips away. AU, likewise, this is going to rally because the S&P signal saying to buy, the sentiment saying to buy. SLC above 76.70. Very large, 75.60, very large. I think this is going to get probed at a risk event like NFP, and they'll take that, and then we can bounce. So these guys are probably going to get shafted a bit. It's too large, I think, but it might not necessarily trigger like anytime soon, but it's likely going to be at a risk event. It's going to be a target. So we're breaking these horizontal bands as well. So that's going to be important. If we go above, hold above 76.47, we could target that. 69. So yeah, it's likely. EA, this is a good trade. I don't know if you guys followed it. It was a sell here, and I entered around about here, I believe. Yeah, see how we crossed the 50% line up here? So they went long here, which is great. So this is another reason to get the ratios indicator. You can see what they're doing dynamically. So they went long. By going long, price falls. And that was a good trade of mine. I've only got a very tiny position short now. I've taken profit. I'm just going to let it run. And I think it could probably fall perhaps even down to here, which is MS1, 152.96. Signal saying to wait, sentiment saying to sell. EU, horizontal band, sideways price action again. 118.06, 117.55, wait, sell. GU, 139.09, dead on monthly pivot. So I'm not sure if that's a coincidence or not. One below is 137.50. Signal saying to buy, the sentiment saying to buy. So that's a match. NU. Signal is saying to buy, the sentiment saying to sell. Horizontal bands again. SLC above 70.10, 69.39. Potentially zigzag, I think. We've broken this trend line though. It's quite old. How many hours that is? It's 305 hours. Yeah, 296 hours, that trend line. It's quite old. EJ. So this has been a bit of a pickle, but the sentiment is actually a buy, and the signal saying to wait. So technically, it was looking quite good for a short because we've got that bearish harmonic and that descending shift channel. But we have broken this trend line, and the SLC above is 129.95 and 128.69, and we're above monthly pivot here. So that's like the bias. You buy dips when it's above, and then you sell the rips when it's below. Pound yen, I believe we have taken that out. Yeah, I think that's probably dead on the dot. Wow. 15174. So it's definitely a pain train for these guys shorting it, and they've been holding on for so long. I don't know if this is going to be the end of it, whether or not they move their stops higher. If they do, we'll continue to punish them. Signal saying to buy, the sentiment saying to buy, and the SLC below is 150.48. I don't know where they're going to put their stops next. No one knows, and this is why you need to get the indicators. 100% recommended. Dollar yen. Oh wow, I didn't realize we'd actually accelerated this far. This is MR3, 109.63. So this is a little bit overbought, to be honest with you. Normally, currency pairs don't exceed MR3 or MS3. So keeping up 109.62, very important. 109.89 and below 109.30. Signal center weight, sentiment is buy, and keep an eye on the MR3. I think we shouldn't really be above. Not really. It's a bit overdone. So if this falls, it might hinder the cross yen pairs like euro yen, pound yen. So if the yen can strengthen against the dollar, then then it can strengthen against the euro potentially. We know the euro is weak versus the dollar. Fundamentally, anyway, if we get a risk-off scenario, that's going to be quite important. So keep an eye on that 109.63. Dollar CAD, another big horizontal band resistance. 126.34, 125.39. Wait, sell. And obviously oil as well, because oil can appreciate because we've got that Suez Canal blockage. So oil, we're not getting enough supply. There's so much demand, especially when everyone goes back to work and everyone's driving again, and there isn't enough oil. There's going to create a massive surge in the oil price. So this is going to be a big mover to the downside because the CAD will strengthen fundamentally. So yeah, these guys might get screwed really badly because it is actually a sentimental sell. Dollar Swiss, MR3, like the UJ, 93.83. Keep an eye on that. SLC above, 94.19, 93.45, and we'll go back to gold again. So potentially this might rally because UJ and dollar Swiss, they might just be topping out a little bit technically at MR3. If so, then we could potentially see some rally because these dollar yen sensitive to the 10-year, and if this falls, then we might see some demand for gold and precious metals. So yeah, this could potentially be, it might do well, and it might disregard the sentiment, which it kind of has been doing since then. So it's been moving up anyway, even though sentimentally it's been a sell. So it shorted it here, but then it just went sideways for ages. Yeah, so those guys, they got screwed over a little bit, but then they went long. Yeah, it went up. So yeah, those guys, those guys got paid. So yeah, a bit of a tricky one. Yeah, just remember to trade safely. We've got the one signal. If you guys can do the price signal for me, that would be absolutely amazing, and I'd truly appreciate it. We lost the ability of the robot, So we don't have a price at Signal anymore. So if you can manually do it for me, maybe just make a mention in the chat, or even private message me the price at Signal. That would be really cool. If not, I'll do my best, and I can backdate the Signal at that time and just look at, like a table of price data, and we can do it like that if necessary. But if you can help me, that would be cool. Have a good day, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.